Hey mama, welcome to Plush Grace, where softness is strength, where grace meets reality, where we believe, we breathe, and be held. My name is Favor, and I'm glad to have you here today because what I'm about to share with you isn't just a story, but it is a moment, one of those moments that marks you and stays with you. It is a story of showing up late, missing milestones, and watching my daughter carry more than just her sister. If you have ever felt torn between work and motherhood, if you have ever felt like you are trying to do everything but it still isn't enough, this story is for you. My teenage daughter, Udo, was graduating from middle school. One that I wanted to be there, a big milestone. One that I promised that I will make. But let me set the scene. At that time, I just gave birth to my youngest, Ola. My middle child, Zikora, still a toddler and very much needs help. And to add the cherry on top, I was working full-time. I'm still working full-time as a healthcare professional. That season in my life, let's just call it survival mode. So on that day, email from school kept coming in. Award day, final walkthrough, celebration ceremony. I wanted to reply to everyone, but I was behind on everything. And I have started noticing it, the way some of the teachers will look at me. Like, here comes the mom that never shows up. I mean, not in that exact words, but you know the look, right? And you know the worst part? They weren't wrong. And it wasn't because I didn't care, but because everything I cared for was pulling at me all at once. So now the day of the award, right? I left work around 3 p.m. That's a different story on its own. Let's leave that for another day. It takes me about 2 hours to get home. Atlanta traffic wasn't smiling at me that day. I remember calling my daughter Udo. Hey, I'm on my way. Be dressed and ready. She was. She always is. But first, I had to pick up Zikora and Ola from daycare. They were with me, two different energy, all needing attention at the same time. So I quickly got home from daycare. I told Udo, I'll drop you and Zikora first. Then I'll come back and take care of Ola, settle her, and I'll come back to your awards ceremony. She agreed. Okay, mommy. Teamwork. That was what it felt like. We were all doing our best. But by the time I came back, the award was over. She has already walked the stage. I missed it again. When they called Udo's name, Udo stood up. But her little sister, Zikora, wouldn't let her. She held so tight to her waist and started crying. That moment was supposed to be Udo's moment. But now, she has to manage her little sister's emotions too. And do you know what she did? She picked Zikora up. She carried her crying sister in one arm. She walked the stage. And she collected her award with one hand. And now, do you want to talk about the audience reaction? Some people clapped, and some people looked around confused. And some people were like, where is your mother? And me, I walked in late, just in time to miss it, but not too late to feel the heat. You know that, that intense moment. I could feel the eyes, the judgment, even from a teacher who said something like, oh, you decided to show up after all. That moment, that one stuck with me. Udo told me what happened later that night. She wasn't mad. She wasn't upset. She said it like it was no big deal. I didn't want Zikora to be left alone, so I picked her up and I walked up the stage. But my heart, oh my goodness, my heart was aching. I was in pain because she shouldn't have had to do that. She shouldn't have had to carry her sister. She shouldn't have had to carry my absence and still have to smile for the camera. That moment broke me in a quiet way. Not loud sobbing, but a silenced grief. A whispered grief that says she needed me and I wasn't there. You know what else I realized? She did something I've been doing her whole life. She carried someone else while showing up for herself. And she did it with grace. And this is why Plush Grace exists. For the mom who tried. For the daughters who learn how to be strong. For the moments that breaks your heart and still makes you proud. Because grace doesn't always look like peace and quietness. Sometimes it looks like a 13-year-old walking up a stage, holding a toddler in her arm, doing what she didn't plan for, filling in where someone else couldn't. And Mama, that is Plush Grace. It is not perfect. It is not polished. It is real, raw, redemptive strength in motion. If you're watching this and you're feeling like you are failing, I want you to hear me loud and clear. You are not failing. You are just carrying too much. And even when you are not in the room, grace is. If this story touched something in you, leave a comment. What is that moment? What is that one moment you still carry as a working mom? Let's make this a space where we breathe, where we believe, and where we will be held together. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with a sister who needs to hear. Softness isn't weakness. It means sacred. This is Plush Grace. I'll see you in the next video.